Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Sunna, an S-rank support agent that is part of one of the most top performing teams. At first glance, she looks like your typical ordinary support, but when we get into the details, you start to realize just how strong she can be. But everything is not sunshine and rainbows, as there are limitations on how she can be played. So let's start, shall we? Starting off on our core passive, characters in the angelic coordination state gain increased attack equal to 30% of Sunna's initial attack, though it's capped out at 1050 attack. If you want to get the maximum attack out of her, you need to build up her to 3500 attack to get maximum buffs out of her, and this can be done via the EX special. And there is a second part of her EX special which is called the special photography technique. It activates Ether Wheel Delusion Reprise for 40 seconds and gives a massive additional 50 attack bonus as a buff. Just joking guys. Okay, so when Sunna attacks using her basic attacks, EX special attacks, second part of her EX special, chain attack or an ultimate, she applies the Cascade effect to the target for 12 seconds, and when attack characters or anomaly agents hits the target with their Cascade effect applied, the mark will progress through 4 stages before dealing damage. It starts for green, then orange, then pink, and then it finally explodes and deals damage. Attack and anomaly agents have different multipliers of attack that they can use. Attack agents will deal 300% attack, while anomaly agents deal 480 attack, plus anomaly agents are guaranteed to crit and also gain a buff of 150% crit damage. Note that this buff of guaranteed crit and crit damage increase is only for anomaly agents and it does not apply for attack agents, and this damage is calculated via the anomaly or attack agents of the agent's stats and it matches their attribute damage. And when multiple targets are on the field, only the primary target will be applied with the Cascade effect, and as a compensation there will be a small AoE damage, and when Cascade is triggered it will remove the effect from all the targets in the field, and when Cascade is applied it will use one claw sharpener which is a unique resource, and she gains up to 6 stacks of claw sharpener that she can use. And there are multiple ways you can apply Cascade effect. The most common way you'll be applying Cascade effect is through bubblegum's off-field attack, which will consume the unique resource to deal damage. So there are going to be multiple other ways you can earn claw sharpener stacks. The first one is by getting an ether wheel activated which grants 2 claw sharpeners, and 1 claw sharpener is also granted when any anomaly is triggered. Though this way of getting claw sharpener is temporary and only has a 10-second cooldown before it goes away. Her both EX special also grants claw sharpeners, and her ultimate grants 6 stacks of claw sharpeners plus a quick assist, and also heals 2950 HP to all of your squad mates. To build Sunna, you need around 3500 attack, and the best way of getting that much attack is via getting attack percent on your slot 4 and 5 and energy regen on slot 6, because it will provide an additional enlightened mind state for Ye Shangwang, which is by far the best value she could provide to her, and she is going to be using a lot of energy to keep her buffs active, and also allows her to cast Ether Wheels for Xiao Wang, and you'll also be getting 21% attack from your core passive to help you out. And so now with her signature W engine, she will require 9 attack percent substat rolls, and without her signature W engine, she will need around 13 to 14 attack percent substat rolls. And for substats, I recommend getting attack percent, then flat attack, then anomaly proficiency, and lastly flat pen. And for this price, I recommend getting 4-piece Moonlight's Lullaby plus 2-piece Swing Jazz for that energy regen and the buffs from Moonlight's Lullaby, or alternatively you can run 4-piece Astral Voice plus 2-piece Moonlight's Lullaby, which can help out a lot when you're constantly quick assisting, especially from when using her EX special. And for her main skills, prioritize her skills as follows. First, go for her core passive, then her EX special, then her chain or ultimate, then basics, then assist, and lastly dodge. And for W engines, the obvious choice is her signature W engine being Thought Pop. It provides an energy regen increase by 0.6 per second to the user, and when the user does an EX special attacks, it deals physical damage, and all of the squad member gain a 12.5% damage increase, which stacks up to 2 times, so you're getting a 25% damage increase for all of your teammates, which lasts for 40 seconds. But it doesn't just end there. When you've got both stacks up, the whole squad will also gain an additional 10% attack, though this effect can only exist once in the same squad, and you will really need that energy regen buff, because our base energy regen is 1.0 instead of the usual 1.56 that the other support agents get, and 1.2 for everyone else. So you really need energy regen or your slot 6, and W engines also provide energy regen so that you're not constantly running out of energy while you're on field. To combat that, the second best alternative W engine you can use is the Weeping Cradle. which provides an energy increase of 0.6 per second while the agent is off field, and when the agent attacks a target, it increases the damage by 10% for 3 seconds, and it increases this effect even more up to 10.2% max every 0.5 seconds. And repeated trigger only refreshes the phase duration and not the additional buff. And Kaboom the Cannon is an incredibly strong free-to-play alternative W engine that you can use, which provides 10% attack increase for 8 seconds, which is a solid alternative, but it's only beaten by Weeping Crater by a little bit. Next on the list is the Unfettered Game Ball, with her main gimmick is an increase in crit rate for all of your teammates if you're playing on Ye Xiangwang's team. She really doesn't need that crit rate all that much, and you'll also be needing to play with physical weakness team, which is then another disadvantage compared to the other options. So the only thing left for this W engine is our main stat of freeing 50% energy regen. And overall, if you're playing with the alternative engines, you're going to be casting 6 EX specials for the alternative engines and 8 EX specials for your signature W engine. So you'll be providing around 3 Enlightened Mind States and 4 Enlightened Mind States when you have the signature W engine. If you don't have any other options, you can use the Unfettered Game Ball, which you can use it for her energy regen. In summary, you don't need her signature W engines to be playing optimally. The Weeping Cradle is a really good alternative you can use, or Kaboom the Cannon as a free-to-play option. So they both provide a very good buff in their own aspect, as she provides Ether Will, which is really good for Ye Xiangwang, which grants her 3 Qingming Sword Force. Let's talk about teams. So for teams, Sunna really thrives on Ye Xiangwang's team, which can either consist of Ye Xiangwang plus Talon plus Sunna, or Ye Xiangwang plus Sunna and Zhao. And it's very likely she will also be really good with attacker teams like Evelyn plus Sunna and Astra. And it would be highly likely that she will be incredibly compatible with Arya's team, but that's just speculation. And for her mindscapes, I know a lot of people skip this part, but hear me out, okay? Her M1 provides 21% defense check for the entire team. And when Cascade is triggered and damages the enemy, she also gains 15 energy when she enters the field. And for her second mindscape, when Sunna enters any Ether Will, all squad members gain 10% attack, and she obtains 1 stack of Claw Sharpener every 10 seconds. It also reduces the Cascade's trigger to apply damage, and that damage multipliers also increase. When triggered by an attack character, that damage multipliers increase to 200%, and when triggered by an anomaly agent, it increases by 300%. M4 provides 18% increased damage for the entire team when she uses an ultimate, which lasts for 60 seconds. And lastly, her M6 provides a 50% damage increase when any squad members triggers the Cascade effect. And she also goes into focus creation state when you use her EX special, which provides an anti-interrupt level increase, and damage taken is also reduced by 40%. While in focus creation state, if she has any Claw Sharpener stacks, it will immediately consume them and apply Cascade effect back to the target. So in summary, Sunna is a highly niche support agent that is incredibly powerful with Ye Xiangwang's team, and it's very likely that she is going to be extremely powerful in Arya's team too. But in other teams, she is more of a side grade rather than an upgrade to Astra, and she really can compare with other supports like Yuzuha, and she's basically useless in Rupture teams because how she is designed. And if you don't have any other supports other than Sunna, you can use her with other teams, but do keep in mind that she is not going to be an upgrade unless you're playing her with Ye Xiangwang's team. That is where she is going to be shining, and you could swap her out with Thailand because how much she is demanded by other agents at the cost of a bit of less damage, but this would open up a lot of flexibility, and she is incredibly simple to play. All you need to do is press her EX special once every 23-ish seconds and an occasional ultimate here and there to perform optimally. And that's it for Sunna's guide, I guess. I had fun making these types of vids, and hopefully I'll be making more of them in the future. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.